All right, meteorologist Justin Stapleton joining me now at the desk. Right now, we're tracking some scattered showers and storms, but we've got something more ominous lurking down the road.
Right. I mean, clearly all eyes right now are on Tropical Depression Harvey that's down in the southern Gulf. But the good news is that we still have a couple of days to not only get more information, which is very important. Hurricane hunters are out there in the storm right now, Andy, and they're feeding back all kinds of good stuff for us. But also, this is the day to get out and get your preparations set. As you mentioned, you know, getting the boat taken care of down in Galveston, if you've got that, or if you've got a lot of property, maybe you haven't swept the gutters. Good day to go out and do that as well, because we're talking some substantial amount of rain that could be falling. In addition, not only that, but we've got a cold front on the way for this afternoon, so we will be dodging a few afternoon showers and thunderstorms, and we've already seen a few water spouts just off of the bay. This is sent in to us from a gentleman right there that said this was near Seabrook, a water spout on Clear Lake. You can see it behind. I'll point it out here in just a second. And as we get a little bit of activity this afternoon that we'll have to watch for as well. You can see the bottom of the cloud there, and there it is as it works its way down. So water spots not out of the question today either. Most of the activity offshore, way offshore now, but notice we are still getting some scattered thunderstorms right outside of Winnie on the East Freeway there as you get out to Galveston Bay, working its way across the bay. And then, of course, some of these scattered downpours near Friendswood, south of Pearland, moving down towards Santa Fe, and then, of course, some on the bottom end of 288 right outside of Angleton there as well. So we'll see some pop-up showers, I think, in other spots as well through this afternoon. So keep that in mind if you're headed out and about taking care of some business. 84 in Pearland with the rain. Otherwise, it's low 90s elsewhere, and that's going to put the heat index anywhere from around 95 in Cleveland to about 102 down in Sugar Land, and about 104 as you get to Angleton. Don't worry, Angleton, those showers will hopefully cool you down here in just a couple of minutes. So we'll top out around 96 today. Heat indices will be about 100 to 105, 106. Slowly cooling off into the low 80s later on this evening, and we'll keep the rain chances at around 20–30% and should be tapering off. But they will stay there through the evening because of a cold front that's sliding southward down through Dallas. In addition, here's what we're watching. The hurricane hunters took off from right outside of New Orleans this morning, flew down through the storm. This was at about 7 a.m. You can see they crisscross into the center. And now watch the plane do all kinds of little maneuvers in the middle there. What they're doing is they're crisscrossing the different sections of the center of Harvey to try to see if there is a closed low, which they did find. That's why we upgraded it along with the winds at around 41-mile-an-hour wind there. That's tropical depression strength. That's why the storm was updated. So here's our current advisory. The 10 o'clock, 35-mile-an-hour winds gusting to 45, pressures at about 1,006 and moving northwest. Very important for us at about 9 miles an hour. So Thursday, you also have a chance to do some prepping. I think even early Friday, even though we'll start to feel some of the coastal impacts as that storm gets closer to us, counterclockwise winds around that storm, pushing not only the waves, but moving in some heavy surf and wind along the coast as early as Thursday afternoon into Friday. But here's the big problem for us, is that while it moves on shore, it is going to stall over the next couple of days after that. So think of all that tropical moisture that we have there dumping across much of southeast Texas. That's a flood concern. So tropical depression watches and warnings, tropical storm watches up for Harris County over to Liberty County, Chambers down to Galveston County, and the hurricane watches that go from Matagorda County, Brazoria County, all the way down towards Corpus, where there's a potential that we could be looking at landfall. Now, let's talk a couple of different models. This is the European Futurecast. I will note, though, our in-house Futurecast takes it a little further south, down in towards northern Mexico. That's one of the outliers. The other two seem to trend it a little closer towards the southern coastline of Texas. So let's watch as this European model moves with making an impact late Friday night. Look at the center of it right there. Notice where the heavy rain is as we get in towards your Saturday. Slowly moves that up towards the greater Houston area. And then as we go to Saturday night into Sunday, notice that it sort of stalls out right along the coastline. So that's Sunday and into Monday. Not much movement either, even though it slowly starts to slide south, and that would put the big bullseye over across southwestern Mississippi and into Louisiana. Now let's contrast that with the American model. Notice that it does the same thing, makes it an entry and a landfall right around Corpus Christi, but this one holds right around Corpus Christi, Matagorda for most of the weekend, which is going to keep us on the dirty side, thus keep the rain chance potential up on the higher end for us as we go to Sunday, into Monday, possibly into Tuesday as well. that could be a major trouble for us. So how much rain could we talk about? Starting with the European model, it has a big bullseye of around 16, possibly up to 18 inches. You can see where it is right across Fort Bend County. And again, these bullseyes are going to shift as we get new information in there, but you get the overall sense that through the weekend we could be talking about a substantial amount of rain in many spots. The further north and inland you are, obviously that'll be closer to about maybe 3 to 5, which with tropical moisture add that up anywhere from around 5 to 10. So the impacts, wind for sure, rain could be upwards of 10 to 16 inches. I think we're going to see some areas of widespread flooding, storm surge 4 to 6 feet in some spots. And because we are on that dirty side, Andy, we could be looking at a couple of isolated spin-off tornadoes as well. For those who remember Hurricane Rita as it worked its way on shore, I was in Mississippi at the time, and we had tornadoes warnings going off left and right for about 12 hours. So everything is in play through the weekend forecast. But the bottom line is today's the day to prep. Tomorrow you can as well. But just know that as we get to tomorrow, a lot of folks probably that are going to take their time or maybe procrastinate. You're really going to see a lot more people out there trying to get things done. So today's the day. And
you'll be here. Our team of meteorologists will be here staying on top of the storms every move for us.
More information coming in by the minute, and we will keep track of it. I'll be on line on Facebook all afternoon as well once Chief Meteorologist Frank Billingsley gets it.
Excellent. Justin, thanks so much.